was making soft plastic lures, and I might have just made the best bass fishing lure. I'm melting down all this old plastic, so I put it into the microwave and set the timer at 2 minutes. 2 minutes later, I opened up the microwave, and I noticed that they weren't quite done. Really, only the bottom of the cup was melted down, so I knew I had to mix them up a little bit, then put them in for 1 minute, 30 seconds. And this time, when the timer ended, I took them out, and they were much better. On the walls, there were some chunks, but when I mixed it up, it was perfectly fine. It was looking pretty good, but now it's time to change the color. The first color that I'm going to be using is watermelon. I put a ton of this in here, and I knew that it was definitely going to change the color at least a little bit. And then I started mixing it up, and I saw a little bit of a difference, but it wasn't a ton. And for the second color I'm going to add is green pumpkin. I also added a lot of this color, hoping for more of a change. And when I started mixing it up, it was definitely turning out a little bit better, but it wasn't perfect. I then added some Junebug because I wanted this color to be more dark. I started mixing up this color, and I could tell it was doing more of a difference than the other colors were. Lastly, I'm just going to add more watermelon to make it a little bit better. I mixed it up, and now I have my final color before I put flake in. I'm using silver flake and green flake. And first, I'm going to be adding some silver flake, and I put a little bit too much in. But the more flake, the better it looks, so I started mixing it up right away. For my second and last flake, I'm going to be adding some green flake, but it's going to be the whole bag. I started mixing this up so I could get my final color. It turned out just like this, which is pretty good. Now I'm going to inject it into the mold. After injecting, I waited around 5 minutes, and I was finally ready to open up the mold. I took the clamps off, but it was kind of hard because I was only using one hand. And after a while, I finally got the mold open. 3 out of 4 of these lures turned out well, but the other one had a little bit of a dent. If I hit 75K by the end of the week, I'll make a video fishing with these. But that is it for today's video. Bye.